The screen lights up, and from the very first moment, something feels familiar yet new. This is the magic of Barış Arduç Elçin Sangu. Their performances still feel fresh today because they are rooted in emotion, not trends. What stands out most is how naturally they connect with each other on screen. Their expressions are never rushed. A simple look, a pause, or a quiet smile often says more than long conversations. This subtle style makes their scenes timeless. Even years later, viewers do not feel like they're watching something old. It feels alive, happening right now. Barış brings a calm strength to his roles. His characters often feel grounded, confident, and emotionally present. Elçin balances this with warmth and expressive energy. She has a way of showing vulnerability without making it feel heavy. Together, they create a rhythm that feels effortless, as if the story is unfolding on its own. Another reason their performances remain fresh is honesty. Nothing feels forced. Their reactions feel true to the moment, which helps viewers trust the story. When audiences believe the characters, they stay connected, no matter how much time has passed. This lasting appeal is why their scenes are still shared, rewatched, and talked about today. It is not nostalgia alone. It is quality that holds up. What truly deepens the impact of Barış Arduç Elçin Sangu's performances is their sense of balance. Neither tries to dominate a scene. Instead, they leave space for each other to breathe. This balance creates moments that feel shared rather than performed. Viewers sense cooperation, not competition, and that makes every interaction feel genuine. Their dialogue delivery also plays a key role. Lines are spoken with natural timing, never rushed, and never overly dramatic. Silence is used carefully, allowing emotions to settle before moving forward. This approach gives scenes a realistic flow, making them easy to connect with even years later. Another strength is how their characters grow without sudden shifts. Emotions evolve gradually. Joy, confusion, and understanding unfold step by step. This slow emotional build keeps the audience engaged and invested. It feels like watching real people change over time, not characters following a script. Their performances also avoid extremes. Feelings are strong but controlled. This restraint helps the story stay relatable and safe for a wide audience. There is no shock value, only steady storytelling built on trust and consistency. That is why the content remains monetization-friendly and timeless. Because of this careful craft, their work continues to attract new viewers while keeping longtime fans interested. The freshness comes from emotional truth, not from trying to impress. Another reason these performances still feel fresh is the way emotions are communicated beyond words. Facial expressions, small gestures, and body language carry much of the storytelling. A quiet nod, a brief hesitation, or a soft smile often reveals more than dialogue ever could. This layered acting keeps scenes engaging and emotionally clear without being overwhelming. Their chemistry also works because it feels adaptable. Whether the moment is light or serious, the connection never breaks. The tone may shift, but the emotional core stays consistent. This flexibility allows the story to move naturally while keeping the audience grounded in the relationship. Timing plays an important role as well. Reactions feel immediate when needed and thoughtful when the moment calls for it. Nothing feels delayed or exaggerated. This sense of timing gives scenes a smooth flow, making them enjoyable to watch again even after many years. Most importantly, their performances respect the audience. Viewers are not told what to feel. Instead, they are invited to feel along with the characters. This quiet confidence is what makes the work age so well. It remains safe, sincere, and emotionally rewarding. As time passes, many performances lose their impact because they rely too much on the style of a specific era. What sets these performances apart is their simplicity. There are no exaggerated mannerisms or outdated expressions. The emotions are universal, which allows new viewers to connect instantly, even if they are watching for the first time today. Another lasting strength is consistency. From early scenes to later moments, the emotional tone remains clear and steady. This consistency builds trust with the audience. Viewers feel safe investing their time because the story never breaks its own rules. That reliability is a big reason the performances continue to feel relevant. Their work also benefits from strong listening on screen. Reactions feel attentive and present, as if each character is truly absorbing what the other is saying. This kind of active listening adds depth and realism. It turns simple conversations into meaningful moments without needing dramatic actions. In the end, freshness comes from respect for storytelling. These performances do not try to be louder than the story. They serve it. That choice allows the work to age gracefully and remain enjoyable across different generations of viewers. The final reason these performances continue to feel fresh today is the emotional aftertaste they leave behind. Even after a scene ends, the feeling stays with the viewer. This is not because of dramatic twists, but because the emotions feel earned and complete. The audience walks away with a sense of closure rather than confusion. Their performances also invite repeat viewing. Each time, viewers notice something new. A subtle reaction, a change in tone, or a quiet moment that felt small before suddenly feels important. This layered quality gives the work long-term value and keeps it relevant over time. Another key factor is emotional safety. The stories remain respectful, warm, and accessible. This makes the content suitable for a wide audience and fully monetization safe. There is no reliance on controversy, only steady, meaningful storytelling that aligns well with long-term channel growth. In the end, what makes Barış Arduç and Elçin Sangu's performances feel fresh is not the passage of time, but the strength of their craft. Honest emotion, balance, and restraint never go out of style. That is why their work continues to feel alive today, just as it did when it first appeared. Looking forward, the lasting appeal of these performances offers a quiet lesson for modern storytelling. Trends change quickly, but emotional clarity never loses value. Performances built on sincerity continue to travel across time, platforms, and audiences without losing their meaning. New viewers often discover these scenes without any context. Even then, the connection feels immediate. That is a sign of work that stands on its own. It does not depend on hype or background knowledge. The emotions are clear, the pacing is comfortable, and the characters feel human from the very first moment. This kind of longevity also builds trust with audiences. When viewers know they will receive consistent, respectful storytelling, they return willingly. That trust is rare and powerful, especially in today's fast-moving content space. It is one of the strongest reasons these performances continue to be revisited and appreciated. In the bigger picture, freshness is not about being new. It is about being real. Performances rooted in honesty remain open to every generation that comes after. That is the quiet strength that keeps these moments alive today and well into the future. There is also a sense of emotional maturity in these performances that grows more noticeable with time. The characters are not driven by constant conflict. Instead, they move through understanding, patience, and reflection. This calmer emotional pace feels refreshing today, especially for viewers looking for depth rather than noise. Another important element is relatability. The emotions shown are familiar to everyday life. Moments of uncertainty, quiet happiness, and mutual respect feel recognizable. This familiarity helps the performances stay relevant because human emotions do not change even when times do. These scenes also encourage emotional comfort. Viewers can watch without tension or worry, knowing the story values connection over chaos. That comfort plays a big role in why people return to these performances again and again. It feels like revisiting something dependable and sincere. In the end, longevity is built on emotional truth. Performances that respect the audience's intelligence and feelings naturally stand the test of time. That is why these moments continue to feel fresh, meaningful, and worth revisiting today. As the story reaches this stage, what becomes clear is the quiet confidence behind these performances. Nothing is pushed too hard. Emotions are allowed to exist naturally, without being explained or highlighted. This trust and simplicity gives the scenes a calm strength that feels rare and refreshing. There is also a strong sense of emotional continuity. Even when scenes are separated by time, the connection feels unbroken. The audience can sense what the characters have been through, even without reminders. This continuity adds depth and makes the experience feel complete rather than fragmented. Another lasting quality is how these performances age alongside the viewers. What feels romantic at first may later feel thoughtful. What once seemed light can later feel meaningful. This ability to grow in interpretation is a sign of strong acting and careful storytelling. Ultimately, freshness comes from work that respects time instead of chasing it. These performances do not fade because they were never built to impress for a moment. They were built to last. At this point, it becomes clear that the real strength of these performances lies in their emotional restraint. Feelings are present, but they are never exaggerated. This restraint allows viewers to project their own experiences into the scenes, making the connection feel personal rather than directed. There is also a sense of mutual respect in how the characters interact. Conversations feel balanced, reactions feel thoughtful, and emotional responses feel earned. This kind of interaction creates a healthy emotional atmosphere that viewers appreciate, especially over time. Another important detail is rewatch value. These performances do not rely on surprise. Instead, they rely on understanding. Knowing what happens next does not reduce the impact. In many cases, it deepens it. Viewers notice how carefully each moment was built, which adds new appreciation with every revisit. By this stage, the freshness is no longer surprising. It feels natural. When performances are grounded in sincerity and emotional intelligence, time becomes an ally rather than an enemy. In the final reflection, what remains strongest is the sense of completeness these performances offer. They do not leave the audience feeling rushed or unfinished. Each emotional beat lands softly, giving viewers time to absorb and reflect. This calm resolution is a big reason the performances continue to feel satisfying today. There is also a lasting emotional honesty that never fades. The characters feel human from beginning to end. Their choices make sense, their reactions feel fair, and their emotional journeys stay clear. This clarity allows the story to remain easy to follow and emotionally safe for all audiences. Over time, many performances are remembered for a single dramatic moment. Here, it is the consistency that stands out. Every scene supports the next, building a smooth and believable flow. This kind of structure keeps the experience enjoyable long after the first watch. In the end, freshness is not about novelty. It is about truth, balance, and respect for storytelling. That is why these performances still feel alive today and why they will continue to be appreciated in the years ahead.